It's a challenge today for me because I prefer to work with the real student, not with the camera, and give some advices or resolve some psychological traumas connected with the speaking skills or just how to start to study English or to have and find motivation, how to understand English and so on. But I will try this year and like the January I want to start and be concentrated only on new things, new ideas. I have a lot of ideas, but like the time and highlight all ideas and put them, produce them can be complicated because it's a lot of time, but I must be concentrated on working with students or just creating the creative idea and produce the content. But still, I want to be stronger and try to be very, very flexible in this question. That's why I want to try this format. And today I had a very difficult conversation with one of my students, and we had discussed the problems that are connected with each other, or like we start now it's like the take the one piece of something, we opened and covered one question, and after that we just found a lot of associations here, like the point trigger that also bring us the way of finding answers for others problems and questions. So the first one, it was that she said, I prepare sentences that I want to use if I go somewhere. I write and translate. What did I write in my notes? What does it mean? The person will understand me or not. And when I have written, I after that have translated, I see that sometimes meaning opposite or, for example, another meaning of what I wanted to say this person. And in this case, I started to be afraid, I am not so confident, people will laugh from me, and so on. It's an advantage to have the skill of creating notes for yourself before you are going somewhere, you're going to go somewhere. It's very powerful. I like this idea, and we like highlighted the advantage of this, but the disadvantage at the same time that the person have a psychological pressure of the result. So she created in her imagination wrong pictures and wrong predictions for the future. It is a disadvantage here because our imaginations is very creative for adults. Yeah, it's the opposite way for kids. Kids don't have those problems, but for adults, still, like I wrote notes. I know what do I want to say. I translate it, and when it is the lack of words or like practice of working with the vocabulary, it is a problem for everyone. Due to this issue, when we have the lack of skills using words for the different context, we need to improve the skill. Exactly. So because the word in English can be verb, noun, adjective. So one word can be three parts of speech in the sentences, yeah? Depends on the structure, depends on the context and the meaning. In this case, we need to practice the skill of identification that we are doing each time in our practical exercises, practical lessons. We take the text, articles, we read sentences. It's only one way to see words in the practical uses, in the text, in the context, in dialogues. Doesn't matter, articles, books. There we have English tenses structures. In English tenses we have words, like our formulas, yeah? Words. These are parts of speech, and they are on their specific position in the sentence. That's all. So the skill of identifying the part of speech, identifying English tenses, and position of this word specific that we want to translate in the sentence, and meaning. In this case, we are playing with the meaning of the word. If we see that it's subject verb, for second position, it's present simple, it's future simple, doesn't matter which tense, we see the main verb of the action, so it is a verb. If it's a new verb for us, we go to the translator and translate this verb. Clear. If it is noun, the noun will be after somewhere after the adjective. We can ask the question what. It's the object yeah, term of something. So it's easy to identify. We also, if we see new noun for us, new word, we translate. In this case, when the lack of practical exercise with grammar, lack of skills to work with grammar, lack of skills to work with English tenses, we can't identify parts of speech because we don't know how to do this. We don't remember from our native language how to identify parts of speech. That's why it's difficult for us even identify parts of speech in English. After that, we translate the word. When we translate words, we need to write them into our notebook. So we have the big notebooks with the 200 pages, 300 pages. It's my priority that I had used for myself when I study English, and I also use them all the time when I study a new language. Doesn't matter. Language, management, businesses, doesn't matter which subject. We use big notebooks because this notebook can be used during 1 year of the course. And we put there thousands of words, and it's very useful. Just take a look on our pages, read them, and practice. As you can see, associations trigger somewhere. Another question, how to memorize the word? So we read the text. Yeah? And we forgot the word certainly. But certainly, we heard this word, we remember. We saw it 100 times before in our articles, in our exercises. We had worked with English tenses. But the person just forgot. It is not a problem, but psychological issue. The person started to think, I'm stupid. I can't memorize words. It is a pressure, or like the brain pressure, psychological pressure, so the brain concentrated of thinking that the person is bad, regrets, complaints about yourself, and the concentration of practicing English and memorizing words, no practice, no concentration. So no triggers for words memorizing. In this case, when it's very difficult to memorize a word, for example, we just repeat this word. It's like, also we had to do the word providing. Like that. Providing the processes of giving something, like the service, yeah? Providing, producing maybe, but producing, in some contexts they are synonyms. They can be near with each other, not to stay, but it must be associations with the word. What is it providing? It's like, I give you a service, I give you knowledge. I am providing knowledge to you right now, yeah? It's associations with the word. Provide. The infinitive, providing, ing, it was a continuous structure. That the company is providing something. And one of them just forgot the word and meaning. The same situations, emotional aspects, feeling nervous. The student starts feeling nervous. So all concentration on resolving and calm down her mind, and after that only I can just provide triggers for this word. So, and the conclusion, how to memorize words. Repeat 10-20 times per day one word. This one, like providing. If you're walking around somewhere, you're doing something, you're going outside, store, supermarket, doesn't matter. You associate this word with everything. What can provide you something, yeah? So my boss provides me a lot of tasks. Our company provides the great service for our clients. And build sentences with providing. Present simple, present continuous. Wow, yeah? And it will be triggers. Every time when you will think about our company, it will be trigger of provide the service. Our company provides the service. And you will repeat the sentence each time when you will communicate with your clients. It's triggers. Everything. So after 20, 30, 40 times of repeating this word providing, it will be triggers for everything. You will just first of all think about the verb providing when you will build sentences for something. It works for kids, it works for adults. The same. It is been. It is not it is been. It has been. It has been. Present perfect. So we have subject it. We have auxiliary verb has, that if we create the short form will be just apostrophe s that we have here, and been the third form of the verb to be. Infinitive to be, the third form past participle been. And